For nearly 80 years, no nuclear weapon has been used in warfare. Since Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the world has lived under a silent understanding that the line would never be crossed again. But that silence is fragile, and in the chaos of a fractured world, it may soon be broken. In this episode of the Watchtower Report, we look ahead to the unthinkable, a tactical nuclear weapon used before 2030. Who might use it? Where? Why? And what happens when the ultimate taboo evaporates? This is Detonation 2030. Who breaks the nuclear silence? The doctrine is changing. Nuclear deterrence used to be simple. Big bombs, big consequences, mutually assured destruction. But that logic is fading. Today, countries are investing in tactical nuclear weapons. Low yield, battlefield deployable. Meant for coercion, not annihilation. Designed to give decision makers more options. Not less, Russia has doctrinalized nuclear escalation. Its official military playbook allows for nuclear use in response to conventional threats. The US has reintroduced low-yield warheads to its submarines. North Korea flaunts miniaturized devices. China is building silos. Pakistan is shifting toward tactical nukes near India's border. The threshold is no longer moral, it's strategic, and that changes everything. We are entering a new nuclear age where bombs are no longer the weapons of last resort. They are becoming integrated into battlefield planning, a tool for signaling, for intimidation, for changing the tempo of war. And as tactical warheads grow smaller, faster, more concealable, they also become more tempting to use. The most likely detonators. Let's talk about who could break the silence first. Russia and Ukraine. If the war turns decisively against Moscow, Putin could use a low-yield weapon to force negotiations. Likely a strike on a military target, deep in Ukrainian territory. This isn't speculation. Russian officials have made public threats. Their Zapad war games simulate nuclear usage to de-escalate a losing conventional fight. North Korea collapse of deterrence, or misread of US-South Korea drills could trigger a test, or even a limited battlefield strike on the DMZ. North Korea's tactical nukes are now mobile. They can be launched from underground sites or disguised civilian vehicles. Pakistan versus India. If another major terror attack originates in Pakistan and India retaliates, Islamabad could preempt with a tactical nuke to halt invasion. Pakistan has already forward-deployed tactical warheads like the Nasser missile system, which analysts say is designed for just such a scenario. Israel versus Iran. If Iran crosses the nuclear threshold or surrounds Israel with precision missile threats, a preemptive or retaliatory strike, possibly via submarine, can't be ruled out. Israel's nuclear doctrine is officially ambiguous, but its second strike capabilities are well understood. Non-state actor or rogue state dirty bombs, smuggled fissile material, or compromised command chains in fragile nuclear states could lead to unauthorized detonation. Think of scenarios in failed states, military coups, or even AI-assisted sabotage. In a world of distributed chaos, control is no longer guaranteed. Each scenario is improbable, but one only has to happen. The strategic temptation. Why would a nation use a tactical nuke? One word, leverage. To change the terms of war, to force a ceasefire, to make enemies hesitate, to send a message no conventional bomb can deliver. And the logic behind it? We won't hit a city, we won't kill 1 million people. Just a battlefield target, a demonstration, a warning. But history tells us, once the weapon is used, the line is gone. And every nuclear power will start calculating. What happens if we do the same? And here's where it gets dangerous. The cost of doing nothing may begin to outweigh the cost of using one. A strategic environment where victory is slipping away, allies are faltering, and reputations are on the line makes nuclear temptation much more real. We already see that in Russian doctrine, and quietly in classified US war games as well. The first strike, what it might look like. The first tactical nuke of the 21st century won't level a city. It will be surgical. A 1 to 3 kiloton airburst over a military convoy, a subterranean detonation to collapse enemy tunnels, a strike on a carrier group or radar base, immediate casualties, hundreds, maybe thousands. But the psychological impact? Global. Markets crash, panic spreads, alliances scramble, civil defense plans are dusted off, nuclear shelters tested, citizens glued to government briefings. The nation that launched the strike claims, it was limited, it was justified, it was necessary, and the world is left to decide. Retaliation, escalation, or restraint. No precedent, no playbook, no guarantees. How the world responds. After the first tactical nuclear use, three paths emerge. Shock and restraint. The world condemns but doesn't retaliate. The taboo is weakened but not destroyed. Sanctions increase. Military drills surge. But no nukes in return. A dangerous but contained escalation. Escalation. Opponents strike back conventionally or with their own nuclear weapon. The conflict expands. In this case, the war could spiral fast. First one, then two, then more. Crisis instability becomes a chain reaction. Normalization. Other nations begin developing and integrating tactical nukes openly. Arms control dies. Proliferation spikes. India develops a low-yield doctrine. South Korea reopens its nuclear debate. NATO countries quietly expand dual-use capabilities. And here's the catch. No matter which path is taken, the world will never be the same. The silence would be broken, and future wars would always carry the nuclear question. The role of AI and miscalculation. We like to think world leaders make these decisions, but what if it's an algorithm? AI is now part of missile defense systems, early warning radars, decision support platforms in military command centers, anomaly detection, pattern prediction, launch on warning protocols. AI could issue false positives. Humans could misread the data, or worse, commanders may defer to the machine's judgment. Imagine an AI mistakenly flags a satellite glitch as a decapitation strike. The response window, 5 minutes. Do you wait or do you launch? The faster our systems get, the shorter our time to think. And that favors the bold, the reckless, and the automated. The Death of Deterrence worked in the 20th century. It was binary. Big bombs, big risks, mutual suicide. But the 21st century is asymmetric, fragmented, fast. The line between conventional and nuclear is blurry. The cost-benefit calculus has shifted. AI and cyber warfare. Add confusion. Strategic ambiguity is now a weapon in itself. And so we return to the question, who will break the silence? Not with a world-ending strike, but with a small bomb, a big message, and a global shockwave. The world still lives under the illusion of nuclear control, but doctrines are shifting, weapons are evolving, and restraint is becoming conditional. The first tactical nuclear weapon may not be the start of World War III, but it will be the end of nuclear silence. And once that silence breaks, there's no putting it back. This is the Watchtower Report, where strategy meets reality.